Beautiful girls with enchanting eyes. That is the first image that comes to mind when you think of Russia. But behind this beauty lies a mysterious, vast country with untold stories and majestic natural landscapes. From the ancient streets of Moscow to the crystal-clear lakes in Siberia, Russia is a country that is both captivating and full of surprises. Join me as we explore interesting and strange facts about this land of the White Knights, a country you'll never forget. Fact 15. Russia, the giant kingdom spanning 11 time zones. Have you ever imagined a country so vast that you could lose yourself in its immensity? That's Russia, the largest country on the planet, covering about 11% of the world's land area. Yes, you heard it right. 11% of the world's land is in Russia. And not only is it vast in size, but Russia also spans across 11 time zones. That's right, 11 time zones. Which means when you're having breakfast in Moscow, your friend in Vladivostok might be getting ready for bed. You will never get bored traveling across Russia because no matter where you are, the time will always be different. With an area of over 17 million square kilometers, Russia nearly spans all the continents, from the cool beaches in the south to the chilly forests in Siberia. In other words, you can start your day in Moscow, have breakfast in St. Petersburg, and by the evening, you could be watching the sunset on the Caspian Sea. When talking about Russia, we're not just talking about a country, it's a journey through space and time, a miniature world you'll never fully explore. And if you think that the vast size is what makes Russia dangerous, you're wrong. This is the place where you can find anything you want, from bustling cities, royal castles, to untouched wilderness. And if you think you can travel across the whole country in one trip, think again, because Russia is a country you won't be able to fully explore in a lifetime. Fact 14. Russian winter, so cold you'll ask yourself, why did I come here? If you think winters in places like Scandinavia are cold enough, get ready because winters in Russia will make you change your mind immediately. Here, it's not just a cold winter, but a life or death adventure, especially in Siberia, where winter temperatures can drop below -40 degrees Celsius. Yes, you heard it right, -40 degrees Celsius. That's the temperature where even the warmest jackets start praying for mercy. You'll feel like a cold hand is squeezing your heart, and every breath becomes vapor. Siberia, known as the world's freezer, is famous for its extreme cold waves to the point where you can't help but ask, how do people survive here? The wildlife here endures freezing temperatures so extreme that it seems like the world itself is testing the endurance of every living creature. And don't think you can easily escape this cold, because if you step outside without enough layers of clothing, you'll freeze instantly like an ice cream in the freezer. But don't worry, for those who love adventure and challenges, winter in Russia will definitely provide you with an unforgettable experience, especially if you enjoy the thrill of surviving in extreme cold and later laugh at the fact that you're still alive to tell the tale. Fact 13. Siberia, the mysterious land of taiga forests and wild creatures. Siberia, the very name of it, conjures up images of a vast, desolate, and mysterious land. And indeed, Siberia occupies most of Russia's territory, with endless taiga forests. The feeling when you step into this place is like entering another world, where everything seems beyond human control. A whole forest of lush trees, clear streams, and a vast sky that makes you feel so small. But don't let the peaceful beauty of the taiga forest fool you. Here, you'll encounter wild residents that are not easy to conquer. Brown bears, fierce predators, roam these forests undetected. There are also Amur tigers, one of the rarest tiger species left in the world, and Siberian martens, with thick fur and exceptional survival skills in the bone-chilling cold of Siberia. You can't help but exclaim, wow, when you learn that Siberia is not only home to these magnificent creatures, but also a destination for those who love to explore, learn, and immerse themselves in the wild nature. And if you're lucky enough to encounter these animals on your expedition, get ready. You won't want to miss a single moment of this magical journey. Fact 12. Lake Baikal, a place holding deep secrets. Lake Baikal, located in Siberia, is not only the deepest lake in the world but also one of the most magical natural wonders. With a depth of 1,642 meters, Baikal could contain an entire ocean. But what's even more fascinating is that no one truly knows everything that lies beneath its surface. This is not just a lake, but a secret that holds countless mysteries yet to be explored by humanity. Lake Baikal is also one of the oldest lakes, with an age of over 25 million years, and it is the clearest lake in the world. You can see the bottom of the lake through its crystal clear waters, creating a picturesque beauty where the blue water reflects the sky and the surrounding scenery. The creatures living in the lake, such as the Baikal seal, are unique species that can only be found here, creating a completely different living space. Not only is it a wonderful destination for nature lovers, but Lake Baikal is also an ideal place to enjoy absolute tranquility and experience the pure beauty of a natural wonder that has existed for millions of years. I am sure that once you visit Baikal, you will never forget its grandeur. Fact 11. Classical architecture, the timeless beauty of Russia. When it comes to Russian architecture, one cannot overlook its grand and iconic structures. The St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow is one of the most prominent symbols of this country. With its uniquely colored domes, from a distance, the cathedral looks like a giant cake, but inside, it holds a sacred and mystical atmosphere. Notably, each dome has a distinct color, making the entire structure look like a vibrant painting that glitters under the sun. Along with this, the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg is another classic architectural masterpiece that should not be missed. Once the residence of the Tsars who ruled the Russian Empire, the palace, with its jade green walls and aristocratic architecture, is not only a symbol of power, but also a testament to the luxury and splendor of Russia's golden age. You will be amazed by the elegance and scale of the rooms, corridors, and gardens inside, where many significant historical events took place. These structures are not only visually stunning, but also hold deep historical stories, making every visitor to Russia feel as if they are stepping into an ancient world where the past and present blend together. Fact 10. Russian women, irresistible beauty and elegant style. Russian women stand out not only for their natural beauty, but also for an indescribable charm that leaves anyone meeting them for the first time in awe. Smooth, fair skin, long, shiny hair, and sharp eyes are easily noticeable features. But what truly makes their beauty stand out is the perfect blend of European and Asian features, creating a look that is both gentle and strong, captivating and alluring. Another unique aspect is the fashion style of Russian women. Refined and elegant, they always appear in meticulously designed outfits that are not only beautiful, but also perfectly suited to each occasion. From casual streetwear to formal dresses, they always know how to make an impression with a polished, polite, and stylish appearance. The attention to detail in the way Russian women dress is an essential part of their overall beauty. It can be said that Russian women are not only beautiful on the outside, but also confident and strong in character. If you've ever met a Russian woman, you'll surely never forget the strong impression they leave. Fact 9. Rare animals, the mystical creatures of Russia. Russia is not only known for its majestic landscapes, but also for being home to many rare animal species that you may not encounter anywhere else in the world. The Amur tiger, with its striking coat and sharp eyes, is one of the rarest tigers on Earth. Living mainly in the northeastern part of Russia, this tiger is at risk of extinction due to habitat loss and illegal hunting. In addition to the Amur tiger, the Russian brown bear is also a famous wild symbol. With its enormous size and excellent survival skills in harsh environments, the brown bear is not only a powerful animal, but also the soul of the Siberian forests. Notably, they can live in freezing regions and are an indispensable part of the ecosystem here. We must also mention the Siberian lynx, a mysterious wild cat with long, thick fur, primarily inhabiting the taiga forests. Finally, there's the Caspian lion, with its majestic appearance and strong demeanor, although this species is now endangered. These animals form a significant part of Russia's natural heritage and serve as a reminder of the importance of protecting the wildlife that is gradually disappearing from the planet. Fact 8. The underground world in Moscow, palaces beneath the earth. When talking about Moscow, it's not just the architectural structures above ground that will impress you, but also an underground world full of wonders that you won't easily find anywhere else. The Moscow metro system is not just a means of transportation, but also a living work of art, with magnificent, luxurious train stations designed like underground palaces. One of the most famous stations is Kievskaya, where you'll feel as though you've entered a royal palace with beautifully decorated walls and a gold-plated ceiling. Or Mayakovskaya Station, with its marble columns and meticulously decorated arches, gives the feeling of walking through a luxurious space, not beneath the earth. This metro system not only serves as a means of transport, but also as a captivating destination for those who love classical beauty and sophistication. The stations in Moscow are not just places to move through, but also preserve and honor unique architectural beauty, making each trip a memorable experience. Fact 7. The wonders of the Caspian Sea, the largest landlocked sea. The Caspian Sea, located between Russia and the Central Asian countries, is not just an ordinary sea, but a natural wonder filled with mystery. It is the largest inland sea in the world, which makes it unique compared to other oceans. When looking at the Caspian Sea, you won't see the waves crashing against the shore like other seas. Instead, you'll find an expansive, tranquil, and vast space so immense that you could easily mistake it for an ocean. The Caspian Sea is not only visually stunning, but also of great economic importance. Fishing, particularly sturgeon fishing, is a major activity here, providing an invaluable resource for producing caviar, a globally renowned luxury food. Additionally, the Caspian Sea is home to rich oil and gas reserves, making it an important region in the energy industry. What makes the Caspian Sea truly miraculous is the combination of its pristine beauty, resource value, and its distinction from other seas around the world. A visit to the Caspian Sea allows you to experience the vastness and mystery that nature has bestowed upon this land. Fact 6. Traditional foods, the rich flavors of Russia. When talking about Russia, you certainly cannot overlook the unique, flavorful, and diverse dishes that reflect the country's distinctive culinary culture. One of the famous dishes is borscht, a hot beetroot soup with a mild sour taste and a vibrant red color. This soup is not only a perfect combination of beets, potatoes, and beef, but also embodies the cultural essence of Russia, leaving anyone who tries it with unforgettable memories. Next is blini, thin pancakes often served with sour cream, honey, or fresh fruits. Blini is not only a popular dish during festivals, but also an essential part of a Russian breakfast. You will feel the lightness and deliciousness of this dish from the very first bite. But if you want to experience the true luxury of Russian cuisine, caviar sturgeon roe is the perfect choice. Black sturgeon roe, a luxury food, is considered a symbol of wealth and nobility. With a subtle salty taste, smooth texture, and a burst of flavor in each grain, Russian caviar always makes any meal feel special and unforgettable. These dishes are not only tasty, but also reflect the sophistication of Russian culinary culture, making every meal an unforgettable experience. Fact 5. The development of space, Russia leading the way in space exploration. When talking about space exploration, we cannot forget Russia, the country that first opened the doors to space for humanity. In 1961, Vostok 1, the Soviet Union's first spacecraft, made its historic flight, sending Yuri Gagarin into space and making him the first human to orbit the Earth. This was a great milestone, marking not only a monumental scientific achievement for Russia, but also opening a new era for global space exploration. Gagarin's flight was not just an adventure into space, but also a symbolic victory, affirming Russia's leading position in the space race among the world's powers. As Gagarin orbited the Earth, he carried not only the hopes of all mankind, but also proved that anything that seemed impossible could become reality with knowledge, a love of science, and an unbounded spirit of exploration. Thanks to this success, Russia became not only a pioneer in space, but also a leader in subsequent space explorations, from sending spacecraft to the moon to building space stations. Gagarin's journey is not only a milestone in the history of science, but also an endless source of inspiration for future generations of astronauts and scientists. Fact 4. The culture of vodka, a touch of fire in every glass. It's no surprise that vodka is the national drink of Russia. You've certainly heard of it, and for Russians, vodka is not just a strong alcoholic beverage, but an essential part of ceremonies, parties, and important occasions. From intimate gatherings to large events, vodka is always a necessary companion. What's special about vodka in Russia is that it's not just drunk to get drunk. It's an art form. Russians have a very unique drinking culture, with accompanying rituals and ceremonies. One of the most notable rituals is the toast, where people raise their glasses and wish each other well. This is the moment to feel the warmth and connection between friends, family, and colleagues. It's not just a drink, but a heartfelt wish for health, happiness, and success in life. One of the key characteristics of Russian vodka culture is the tradition of bottoms up. This action, where everyone drinks in one go, shows respect and deep camaraderie. So, when you visit Russia, don't be surprised if someone invites you to bottoms up with them. It's the warmest and most welcoming gesture. Fact 3. The history of the Russian Empire, the glory of the Tsars. The history of Russia is a long and dramatic journey, intertwined with great empires and powerful monarchies. Since the 16th century, the Tsars have ruled this land, building a vast and mighty empire, from bustling cities to the untamed regions of Siberia. During the Tsars' reign, Russia was not only a powerful nation, but also a symbol of wealth and grandeur. One of the standout features of this period is the magnificent palaces and castles. The Tsars were not only rulers, but also builders of grand architectural masterpieces. The Tsarist palaces still stand today as witnesses to a glorious and luxurious era. The Winter Palace in St. Petersburg and the Kremlin in Moscow are famous landmarks, each a masterpiece of architecture, with arches, stone columns, and intricately decorated rooms, showcasing the wealth and power of the Tsars. These structures are not only important tourist destinations, but also living museums of Russian history. Every room, every corridor of these palaces tells a story, recounting the highs and lows, wars, and transformations of the Russian Empire. Traveling through these landmarks, you can not only admire the magnificent beauty, but also feel the atmosphere of a golden age that has passed, shaping the mighty image of Russia today. Fact 2. The Eternal City of Moscow, the heart of Russia. Moscow, the capital of Russia, is not only the largest city, but also an eternal symbol of history, culture, and power. Located along the Moskva River, Moscow has witnessed centuries of development, from the golden ages of the Tsars to the upheavals of revolution, and remains the beating heart of Russia today. Moscow is distinguished by its grand historical architecture, with the Kremlin being a central feature. The Kremlin, with its towering red walls and spires, is a symbol of stability and strength. Next is Red Square, the site of every major national event, where you can feel the awe and majesty every time you step onto it. Of course, no visit to Moscow would be complete without mentioning St. Basil's Cathedral, with its unique colorful domes and exquisite architecture. Each dome resembles a brilliant flame, mesmerizing anyone who sees it for the first time. The cathedral is not just a religious building, but also a symbol of resilience, surviving through the trials and tribulations of history. Moscow is an eternal city where the past and present merge. Every street, every building carries with it a story, a historical mark. Not only the capital of Russia, but Moscow is also a place where you can experience and reflect on the grandeur of an ancient culture, never to fade away. Fact 1. The Russian bear, the wild king of Siberia. The brown bear, the largest and most widely distributed bear species in the world, is a symbol of the wilderness of Russia, especially in Siberia. These bears are not only known for their massive size, but also for being survival masters in harsh conditions. From the freezing taiga forests of Siberia to regions in North America and Europe, brown bears can live in a variety of climates, adapting to both cold and warm environments. What makes the Russian brown bear unique is its incredible adaptability when it comes to food. During summer, They primarily eat plants, fruits, and insects, while in winter, they may hunt or even catch fish in frozen streams. This seasonal and environmental diet adjustment is crucial for their survival during harsh, cold winters. One of the most interesting traits of the Russian brown bear is its ability to hibernate. When temperatures drop, they retreat into warm caves and fall into a long sleep for several months to conserve energy. During this time, they don't eat, drink, or move, yet survive due to the thick layer of fat stored in their bodies. The brown bear is not just a powerful wild animal, but also a symbol of the strength and resilience of Siberian nature, enduring every challenge in its survival journey. With its grand history, pristine natural beauty, and mysterious stories, Russia will undoubtedly remain an ideal destination for those passionate about exploration. Let's plan a trip to Russia and discover these wonders.